It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here's the rookie from Stanford, Joshua Carty, to get us started.
And we are underway from Atlanta.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So the Falcons make their way out behind their new quarterback for 2024. Signed back in March, the veteran Kirk Cousins.
And coming off of an offseason where Kirk Cousins was coming back from an Achilles injury, he thought that was going to be his biggest challenge. Instead, the Falcons drafted Michael Penix out of Washington in the first round. And while that was a jolt, Kirk Cousins has a great ability to just shake things off, move forward, and let his talents come through.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw is Cousins.
And he'll find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment. So this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Cousins.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Excellent catch there by Pitts. And there are many players in his position who could rival the type of athleticism he brings to the table. Here in year 4, the Falcons, they're expecting a monster year from him.
They go play action. Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Again, it's Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Throwing, Cousins.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ray McCloud, 37 yards.
And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they liked, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. scoring the touchdown now. It's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The LA offense going to go to work for the first time, and it is the veteran Matthew Stafford at the helm in his 16th NFL season and 4th with the Rams.
Stafford is one of those quarterbacks who didn't get the credit he deserved for the majority of his career due to the fact he's playing on teams that often didn't make the playoffs. But that narrative emphatically changed when he changed his surroundings and won a Super Bowl with the Rams. He's had a few injuries in the intervening years, but now that he's fully healthy, he plans on getting his team back into the championship conversation.
He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Now it's Stafford.
Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10.
Again, it's Williams. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, Cousins. And complete to Drake London. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Robinson up the middle. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Cousins. Over the middle, caught by London. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now Cousins. Short throw caught by Pitts. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and a couple. Cousins again. Into the hands of London. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Cousins to throw it. He's got it. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Cousins. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo.
This will be just a 21-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, we'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
"19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Now 2nd and 9.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Back deep, Ray McCloud.
This is taken at the 18. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
For the Falcons in the first half, they were led by their quarterback, the veteran Kirk Cousins. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
$10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
He'll look to Williams to begin things.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford.
That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 2.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Lorenzo Carter, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. Now they're staring up at a third and long.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Here's Cousins.
That's to the former Bear, Darnell Mooney.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. To throw is Cousins.
Got a man, it's London.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 3.
Throwing, Cousins. He's to the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kaderl Hodge, 38 yards. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Back to throw, Stafford. He finds Robinson. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. Throwing is Stafford.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Now it's Stafford.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Again, it's Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Now Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, the field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Falcons offense and Kirk Cousins getting ready for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
Fights loose. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
They'll run again here with Robinson. Powers through, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Second and 9. On the give, here's Robinson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.